Wanted to give you guys a quick update that I was complaining about the arms and the fact that when you move the elbow, the hand moves. And so I actually went back and I fixed it. There we go. So this elbow moves and the arm doesn't move. The arm is just obeying exactly what the controller is saying. And it was a very easy fix, and I'm not sure why I did it the wrong way, but I'm going to show you. I mean, this is the animation file with the fixed hand and with an unfixed hand. I'm going to fix the red one so that you can see what I did, but I'll use the blue to demonstrate. So I'm just going to go and open up my rig file quick. I was actually going back to fix the skinning on the fingers so that I would have a complete whole rig for the rest of the demonstration when we go into Unity and I have completed animation cycles, but it was bothering me enough that I thought I should go ahead and do something about it. So here, I'm going to go ahead and change the geometry to render so it's not getting in the way. Here's the wrist, and you can see I've got 3 constraints instead of 2 and an expression. It turned out that that was the key. The expression over here is fine, you can leave it alone. The expression here needs to be removed and the constraint needs to be deleted and then remade just to have this controller tell that exactly what to do as far as orientation. And then it's all great. So if I move this around, I can rotate. You can see the forearm is still rotating accordingly, but this matches exactly what the controller does and never anything else. Still flexes appropriately now. If you do rotate beyond, halfway, it's twisting itself up and it will get worse and worse and worse. But that's a normal problem for animation. It's not going to unflip itself without some more clever setup, but this is enough to make it much easier to deal with. So yeah, let me show you the steps to doing that. We're going to go to the wrist bone, and up here for rotate X, just right click and break connections. Then for that object, go to edit, delete by type, constraints. Make sure everything's in the 0 position, of course. Then grab the wrist controller and the wrist bone, constrain, orient, all with maintain offset. And that's it. You're done. So now this can rotate appropriately in whatever position you want. The forearm will adjust. And when you move the elbow, the forearm will adjust, but the wrist will stay still. That's it. So it's a really easy fix. I'm not exactly sure why I messed up that step in our rigging video, but as a good sort of proof of concept for why you should reference your rigging files and how you can fix your rig even after animation's begun, there you go. A nice easy fix to alter a problem with how the rig was performing. So now both of them are fixed. I'm going to go ahead and just retemplate the bones layer and turn it off, leave the geometry and render, and make sure that all the controllers have been returned to 0. That doesn't really matter, but it's good. Oh, and also now I fixed the skinning of the fingers. I haven't mirrored the paint weights yet, but that'll be next. So I'm going to just save that. This is version 6 of the skinning file. So now if I reopen my animation, you're going to see that the poses that I set will look a little different sometimes because I was over rotating to compensate for the rig being in a bad position. So like this, for instance, looks kind of strange that really it was more like it, or it should be more like this in that position. So I'm going to correct all of that. A little bit higher maybe. Anyway, so I have to correct all of that, but now the wrist actually behaves properly. And I was looking at this pose in particular when I had the idea of how I could fix that. So there we go. So if you want to fix the function of your wrist controllers as well, then you can follow those steps. If not, then it's still fully animatable. It's just going to be a little annoying. All right. See you guys next time.